What's going on, everybody? Top 10 Pokemon back, and in this video we will be going over 10 Pokemon card items that I have seen do exceptionally well over the past week or two. However, in this video we'll be talking not only about modern cards but vintage ones as well, and seeing which of these in today's video have been doing better. Today's video is sponsored by the #1 global Pokemon TCG notification and investing community, PokeNotify. PokeNotify, if you don't already know, is a Discord server of TCG monitors curated to offer the fastest notifications on drops, restocks, and deals, covering hundreds of websites and all major regions across the world. Be the first to know about upcoming pre-orders for everything Destined Rivals and restocks on sets like Prismatic Evolutions and Journey Together. Right now they're offering a free 3-day trial, and after that, please use code TOP10Pokemon for 25% off your first month. Use the link in the description below and get started today. Alright folks, I have a terrific variety of cards for you today. Let's get started off with the number 10 card on today's list. It is a modern one at that, and it is a juggernaut, if I do say so. It is the Full Art Mario Pikachu promo card. This card was selling just a couple of months ago for $6,600, which is a behemoth of a price tag, really. But check out these recent sales, folks. Here's one in auction that just sold for $9,200, all the way up to $9,500. So close to a 5-figure card as a PSA 10. Unbelievable. That is a 44% increase on this card in just a couple of months. Now, 44% might not seem like a lot, but when you add it on to a price tag like $6,600, it adds up real quick. The number 9 card on today's list is another modern card, and it's not quite as high octane as that Mario Pikachu. It is from Celebrations. It's the Dark Sylveon V promo card that in PSA 10 was selling for only $75 not that long ago, but this card has jumped up very recently, selling in auction for $117.50, and that is a 57% increase on this promo card from Celebrations. These promo cards from Celebrations have been doing exceptionally well as of recently. I think it was a week or two ago we covered that Zacian Level X that's doing extremely well. This guy right here is the number 9 on my list. The number 8 card on today's video is the first vintage one in today's list. It is the first edition Dark Blastoise Holo from Team Rocket set that was selling as a PSA 10 earlier this year for $2,800. Not too shabby, but check out some recent sales of this card. Here is one for $4,800 all the way up to $5,200 in auction. That is an 86% increase on this Dark Stoise, and I attribute these specific recent gains to the fact that we're getting another Team Rocket set coming up, and I think that is most assuredly fueling the fire of the old school Team Rocket set and even Team Rocket Returns. Coming in number 7, we have another vintage card. It is the Umbreon Prime from Heart Gold, Soul Silver, Undaunted. This card was selling back in February for $3,133 as a PSA 10, but recently this card has jumped up to $5,100 in auction, all the way up to $6,001 very recently, which is a very healthy 92% on this Umbreon Prime. Now, as you already know, I cannot stand Prime cards. I think they are the worst chase cards in this entire hobby, but nonetheless, it's got Umbreon right there front and center, so you know it's going to command a premium. This is the number 7 card on today's list. Coming in number 6, we're going back to modern and brilliant stars. We have this Flareon Trainer Gallery card that was selling as a PSA 10 pretty cheap at about $67. But recently we have seen 2 sales of this card, one for $116, another one all the way up to $145, which is a massive 116% increase on this Flareon. Brilliant Stars has really been coming up in the market pretty recently, as evidenced by this Flareon. This is the number 6 card on my list. Coming in number 5, we have this Primal Groudon EX from Ancient Origins. There's also another very expensive Primal Groudon that's from Primal Clash. This one in today's video is the one from Ancient Origins. It was selling a couple months ago for about $711, all the way down to about $700 as a PSA 10, but recently this card has exploded in value, selling as a PSA 10 for $1,526, all the way up to about $1,591, which is a fantastic 127% increase on this Groudon in just a couple of months. Now, I believe the Primal Groudon EX from Primal Clash is more expensive, but this one right here has had a much bigger percentage increase over the past couple of months. Coming in number 4, we have another vintage card, and it's from another Team Rocket set. EX Team Rocket returns. Here is a Rocket's Mewtwo EX that in PSA 10 was selling about a month or so ago for $3,550, which was a very nice price for this card. But recently, this card has absolutely exploded, selling for $8,100 in auction. This is a confirmed paid-for sale, folks, and that is a 128% increase on this Mewtwo. I'm telling you what, folks, the Team Rocket cards are going to the moon, and they are going right now. Coming in number 3, we have our first and only piece of sealed product on today's list. It is the 151 Elite Trainer box that was selling a couple months ago for about $91. It couldn't even crack the $100 mark, but in today's market, we are seeing sales of $201 all the way up to $215 in auction, which is a 136% increase. And it's really no surprise because you could argue that the 151 set has been the most popular set from the Scarlet and Violet era thus far. Speaking of 151, the number 2 card on today's list is the Gold Metal Mew EX from the 151 Ultra Premium Collection box. Was selling not that long ago for $49. Here's a sale for $52, so pretty cheap as a PSA 10. But recently this card has skyrocketed up to $143 as a PSA 10, and that is a very nice 194% increase on this card. Pretty much all the promo cards from the 151 UPC have been doing exceptionally well recently. This card here is no exception. Which brings me to the number 1 card in today's video. It's one we never really see. It is the Mewtwo Holo from EX Delta Species. That is a PSA 10, was selling a couple months ago for $481. But recently, that sale got blown out of the water by this one right here, where it sold for nearly $2,000. And that is a 312% increase. I gotta say, folks, the idea of Mewtwo being a fire and metal type Pokemon is pretty bad, eh? I kinda love it. What do you think about it? This is the number 1 card in today's video. That's all I got for you today, folks. What do you think of all these cards in today's video? What do you think of the vintage versus the modern? Let me know in the comments below. I really appreciate it. That's all I got, and I will catch you all in my next one.